Hello guys, we hope everyone is well. This is the fourth part of the story of Elian and Tom. We hope you all like it. Tom had always been a bit of a loner. He valued his independence and prided himself on being self-sufficient. However, his perspective began to change when he met Mrs. Henderson, an elderly woman who lived in his neighborhood. Mrs. Henderson was known for her kindness and generosity. She often baked cookies for the children in the neighborhood and volunteered at the local soup kitchen. Despite her limited means, she was always willing to help those in need. One day, Tom noticed Mrs. Henderson struggling with her groceries. He hesitated for a moment, but then walked over and offered to help. She smiled warmly and accepted his offer. As they walked to her house, she told him stories about her life and the many people she had helped over the years. Tom was deeply moved by her selflessness. He realized that he had been so focused on his own life that he had neglected the importance of helping others. Inspired by Mrs. Henderson, Tom decided to volunteer at the soup kitchen. He found great joy in serving meals and interacting with the people there. Over time, Tom became more involved in his community. He started organizing charity events and helping his neighbors with various tasks. The more he gave, the more he received in return. He discovered that acts of kindness not only benefited others but also brought immense satisfaction and fulfillment to his own life. Tom's transformation did not go unnoticed. His friends and family were amazed at the change in him. He became known as a generous and caring individual, always ready to lend a hand. Through his experiences, Tom learned that true happiness comes from giving and making a difference in the lives of others. He realized that generosity and selflessness are not just acts but a way of life. And in embracing this way of life, he found a sense of purpose and contentment that he had never known before. Tom's journey taught him that the art of giving is not about the size of the gift, but the love and compassion behind it. It is about reaching out, connecting with others, and making the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time. Tom embarks on a journey of self-discovery with Elian. After his transformative experiences with generosity and community service, Tom felt a growing curiosity about his inner self. He realized that while he had made significant strides in helping others, he had yet to fully understand himself. It was at this juncture that Elian, a wise and introspective friend, offered to guide him on a journey of self-discovery. Elian was known for his deep philosophical insights and his ability to see beyond the surface of things. He had traveled extensively, both physically and mentally, exploring different cultures, philosophies, and spiritual practices. When Tom expressed his desire to delve deeper into his own psyche, Elian suggested a series of exercises and experiences designed to help him connect with his true self. Their journey began with a simple yet profound practice: meditation. Elian taught Tom how to sit quietly, focus on his breath, and observe his thoughts without judgment. At first, Tom found it challenging to quiet his mind, but with Elian's gentle guidance, he gradually learned to find peace in the stillness. Next, Elian encouraged Tom to explore his past. They spent hours discussing Tom's childhood, his relationships, and his experiences. Through these conversations, Tom began to uncover patterns and behaviors that had shaped his life. He realized that many of his actions were driven by unexamined fears and desires. One of the most impactful exercises was the mirror exercise. Elian asked Tom to look at himself in a mirror and speak to his reflection as if it were another person. Initially, Tom felt awkward and self-conscious, but as he continued, he found himself expressing deep-seated emotions and confronting aspects of himself that he had long ignored. Elian also believed in the healing power of nature. They spent days hiking in the mountains and camping by serene lakes. In the quietude of the natural world, Tom found a sense of connection and clarity that he had never experienced before. The beauty and simplicity of nature helped him to see his own life more clearly and appreciate the present moment. The culmination of their journey was a silent retreat. For an entire week, Tom and Elian refrained from speaking, instead communicating through gestures and written notes. This period of silence allowed Tom to delve even deeper into his own mind and soul. He confronted his fears, acknowledged his strengths, and embraced his vulnerabilities. By the end of their journey, Tom felt a profound shift within himself. He had gained a deeper understanding of who he was and what he valued. He realized that self-discovery is an ongoing process, a continuous journey rather than a destination. He also learned the importance of self-compassion and the necessity of nurturing his own well-being. Tom's journey with Elian taught him that true self-discovery requires both introspection and action. It involves facing one's inner demons, embracing one's true self, and continually striving to grow and evolve. With this newfound wisdom, Tom felt more equipped to navigate the complexities of life and more committed to living authentically and purposefully. As they parted ways, Elian reminded Tom that the journey within is a lifelong endeavor. "Keep seeking, keep exploring," he said. "The answers you find today may change tomorrow, and that's okay. What matters is that you remain open, curious, and true to yourself." Tom nodded, grateful for the guidance and friendship that had helped him embark on this transformative journey. He knew that he would carry the lessons he had learned with him, continuing to grow and discover the depths of his own being. Tom and Elian explore a cave that holds memories of the past. After their profound journey of self-discovery, Tom and Elian decided to embark on one more adventure together. Elian spoke of an ancient cave, hidden deep within the mountains, known as the Cave of Memories. Legend had it that the cave held the power to reveal the past and provide insights into one's life through vivid, almost magical, experiences. The journey to the cave was arduous, requiring days of trekking through dense forests and steep, rocky terrain. Despite the physical challenges, Tom felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. He trusted Elian's guidance and was eager to see what the Cave of Memories had in store for him. When they finally reached the entrance of the cave, Tom was struck by its imposing presence. The mouth of the cave was wide and dark, with ancient carvings etched into the stones surrounding it. Elian explained that these carvings were symbols used by the cave's original discoverers to protect and honor the sacred space. Armed with torches, Tom and Elian ventured into the depths of the cave. The air was cool and damp, and the sound of dripping water echoed around them. As they moved further in, the walls began to shimmer with an ethereal glow, illuminating their path. They soon arrived at the first chamber, a vast, open space with smooth walls that seemed to pulse with a soft, blue light. Elian instructed Tom to sit in the center of the chamber and close his eyes. As Tom settled into a meditative state, the air around him began to hum with energy. Images from Tom's past began to materialize around him, like scenes from a movie. He saw himself as a child, playing in the garden of his childhood home. He watched as his younger self laughed and ran, carefree and full of joy. The scenes shifted, showing moments of both happiness and sorrow, triumphs and regrets. One particularly poignant memory emerged: Tom's farewell to his father before he passed away. Tom felt the intense emotions of that moment, as if it were happening all over again. Tears streamed down his face, but he also felt a deep sense of connection and understanding. Elian gently guided Tom through these memories, encouraging him to reflect on what he saw. Tom realized that many of his current behaviors and fears were rooted in these past experiences. The cave was showing him that understanding and accepting his past was essential for his growth and healing. As they explored further, Elian led Tom to a hidden chamber deeper within the cave. This chamber was smaller and more intimate, with walls covered in ancient symbols and drawings. In the center of the room was a pool of crystal-clear water, shimmering with a soft, golden light. Elian explained that this pool was known as the Pool of Clarity. It was said to reveal the deepest truths and offer profound insights to those who gazed into its depths. Tom knelt beside the pool and peered into the water. As he did, the surface began to ripple, and images formed once more. In the water, Tom saw visions of his future. He saw himself continuing his journey of self-discovery, building meaningful relationships, and making a positive impact on his community. He saw himself growing older, wiser, and more at peace with himself and the world around him. These visions filled Tom with a sense of hope and purpose. He realized that while the past had shaped him, it did not define him. He had the power to create his own future through the choices he made and the actions he took. With profound gratitude, Tom and Elian slowly made their way out of the cave. As they stepped back into the daylight, Tom felt a sense of renewal and clarity. The cave of memories had given him a deeper understanding of himself and his life's journey. The experience in the cave marked a new chapter in Tom's life. He felt more connected to his past, more aware of his present, and more hopeful for his future. He knew that the journey of self-discovery would continue, but he felt better equipped to navigate it with the insights he had gained. Elian smiled at Tom, seeing the transformation in his friend. "Remember, Tom," he said, "the cave's power lies not just in what it shows you, but in what you do with those revelations. Use this knowledge to live a life of purpose and authenticity." Tom nodded, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for Elian's guidance and the extraordinary journey they had shared. As they walked back down the mountain, Tom felt ready to embrace whatever the future held, armed with the wisdom of his memories and the clarity of his newfound insights. Tom learns to forgive others and himself. After their journey to the Cave of Memories, Tom felt a profound sense of clarity and purpose. However, he knew that his path to self-discovery was far from over. One final lesson awaited him, one that would prove to be both challenging and transformative: the power of forgiveness. Tom's journey began with a chance encounter. While walking through the park one morning, he ran into Sarah, an old friend from his childhood. They hadn't seen each other in years, and their reunion was filled with mixed emotions. Tom remembered the falling out they had in high school, a misunderstanding that had ended their friendship and left a lingering bitterness. As they talked, Tom felt the old wounds resurface. He realized that he had been carrying the pain and resentment from their past for far too long. Sarah, too, seemed burdened by the weight of their unresolved conflict. They decided to sit down and talk openly about what had happened all those years ago. At first, the conversation was difficult. Emotions ran high, and old grievances surfaced. But as they continued to talk, something shifted. Tom began to see the situation from Sarah's perspective, and she, in turn, saw his. They realized that their falling out had been the result of miscommunication and youthful pride. In that moment, Tom felt a profound sense of empathy and understanding. He took a deep breath and said, "Sarah, I forgive you for what happened. I realize now that we were both hurt and confused. I'm sorry for my part in it as well." Sarah's eyes filled with tears as she responded, "I forgive you too, Tom. I'm so sorry for the pain I've caused you. Let's put the past behind us and move forward." With those words, a weight lifted from Tom's shoulders. He felt a sense of relief and peace that he hadn't known in years. Forgiving Sarah allowed him to let go of the bitterness that had clouded his heart. They embraced, and a new chapter in their friendship began. Tom's journey of forgiveness didn't end there. Inspired by his reconciliation with Sarah, he turned his attention inward. He realized that he needed to forgive himself for the mistakes and regrets that had haunted him. Through reflection and meditation, Tom confronted his past actions and acknowledged his imperfections. He understood that holding on to guilt and self-blame was preventing him from truly moving forward. With compassion and kindness, he began the process of self-forgiveness. One exercise that Elian suggested was writing a letter to himself. Tom poured his heart into the letter, expressing his regrets, his sorrow, and ultimately, his forgiveness. He wrote, "Dear Tom, I forgive you for the mistakes you've made. I forgive you for the times you've hurt others and the times you've hurt yourself. I understand that you were doing the best you could with the knowledge and understanding you had at the time. I forgive you for not being perfect, for being human. I release you from the burden of guilt and shame. You are worthy of love and compassion. Let go of the past and embrace the present with an open heart. With love, Tom." Writing the letter was a cathartic experience. Tom felt a deep sense of healing and acceptance. He no longer saw his past as something to be ashamed of, but as a series of lessons that had shaped him into the person he was today. Forgiveness had a ripple effect on Tom's life. He found it easier to let go of grudges and approach conflicts with empathy and understanding. His relationships improved, and he felt a deeper sense of connection with others. Tom also noticed a change within himself. He was more compassionate and patient, not just with others but with himself as well. He embraced his imperfections and saw them as opportunities for growth. The power of forgiveness transformed Tom's life. It allowed him to heal old wounds, mend broken relationships, and find peace within himself. He realized that forgiveness is not just an act of kindness towards others but a gift to oneself. As Tom continued his journey, he carried with him the lessons of generosity, self-discovery, and forgiveness. He understood that life is a continuous process of learning and evolving, and he was grateful for the experiences that had brought him to this point. With an open heart and a renewed sense of purpose, Tom was ready to embrace whatever the future held, knowing that the power of forgiveness would guide him on his path. Elian teaches Tom about the rhythm and flow of life. With his newfound understanding of forgiveness, Tom felt a deep sense of peace and balance. Yet he knew that his journey of self-discovery was ongoing. Elian, ever the wise guide and friend, sensed that Tom was ready for the next lesson, understanding the rhythm and flow of life. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Elian invited Tom to a secluded clearing in the forest. There, a circle of stones surrounded a small, well-tended fire. The ambience was serene, and the air was filled with the sounds of rustling leaves and distant bird calls. "Tonight," Elian began, "I want to teach you about the dance of life. Life, much like a dance, has its own rhythm and flow. To navigate it gracefully, we must learn to move with it rather than against it." Elian started by drawing Tom's attention to the natural world around them. "Look at the trees swaying in the breeze, the stars moving across the sky, the river flowing steadily. Everything in nature has a rhythm, a flow. It ebbs and flows, rises and falls, just like the tides." Tom observed the gentle sway of the trees and the steady flow of the river. He noticed how everything seemed to move in harmony, each element contributing to the overall balance. Elian then produced a small drum and began to play a soft, rhythmic beat. He encouraged Tom to close his eyes and listen, to feel the rhythm in his body. As the beat continued, Elian spoke softly, guiding Tom to imagine his life as a dance. "Every experience, every emotion, every moment is a step in the dance of life. Sometimes the steps are slow and deliberate, other times, they are fast and spontaneous. The key is to stay present and move with the rhythm, to trust the flow." With his eyes closed, Tom began to sway gently to the rhythm of the drum. He imagined his life as a dance, with each memory and experience as a unique step. He saw moments of joy, sorrow, triumph, and struggle, all woven together in a beautiful, intricate dance. Elian's voice guided him further. "In dance, as in life, there are times of harmony and times of discord. Both are necessary. The moments of discord teach us, challenge us, and ultimately lead to growth. Embrace them as part of the dance." Elian then shared a story from his travels about a dance he witnessed in a remote village. The dancers moved with grace and precision, but occasionally they stumbled or missed a step. Instead of being discouraged, they laughed, embraced the mistake, and continued dancing with even more enthusiasm. "Life is not about perfection," Elian said. "It's about embracing the imperfections and continuing to dance. When we accept the missteps and learn from them, we find a deeper joy and meaning in the dance of life." Elian continued to drum as Tom moved to the rhythm, feeling a sense of liberation and joy. He realized that the dance of life was about finding balance, between action and rest, between striving and surrendering. It was about being fully present in each moment, trusting the rhythm, and moving with it. As the night grew darker and the stars shone brighter, Elian and Tom sat by the fire, reflecting on the experience. Tom felt a profound sense of connection to the world around him, and an appreciation for the rhythm and flow of his own life. "Thank you, Elian," Tom said. "I feel like I've gained a new perspective. Life isn't about controlling every step, it's about embracing the dance and trusting the flow." Elian smiled, knowing that Tom had grasped an essential truth. "Remember, Tom, the dance of life is ever-changing. Stay open, stay present, and move with grace and courage. The rhythm will guide you, and the flow will carry you." With this newfound wisdom, Tom felt ready to continue his journey, embracing each moment with a sense of wonder and trust in the dance of life. He knew there would be challenges and missteps, but he also knew that each step, whether smooth or stumbling, was a part of the beautiful, intricate dance that was his life. As they walked back through the forest, Tom felt a deep sense of gratitude for Elian's guidance and for the lessons he had learned. He was ready to dance through life, embracing its rhythm, trusting its flow, and finding joy in every step. Tom discovers hidden talents and abilities with Elian's help. After learning to appreciate the rhythm and flow of life, Tom felt more attuned to his own journey. However, Elian sensed that there were still untapped potentials within Tom, hidden talents and abilities waiting to be discovered. With this in mind, Elian devised a plan to help Tom uncover these latent gifts. One morning, Elian approached Tom with an intriguing proposition. "Tom, I believe there are talents within you that you have yet to discover. Today, I want to help you find them. Are you ready for a new challenge?" Tom, always eager for growth, nodded enthusiastically. "What do you have in mind, Elian?" Elian led Tom to a secluded area in the forest where a variety of tools and materials were laid out. There were musical instruments, art supplies, books, and other intriguing objects. "We'll explore different activities today," Elian explained. "Some may resonate with you, others may not. The goal is to try new things and see what awakens within you." They began with music. Elian handed Tom a wooden flute and demonstrated a simple melody. Tom, who had never played an instrument before, felt a bit apprehensive but decided to give it a try. He placed his fingers on the holes and blew gently. The first few attempts produced nothing more than airy whispers, but with Elian's guidance, Tom soon managed to produce a clear, melodious note. Encouraged, Tom continued to experiment with the flute. He found that he had a natural ear for music, and within a short time, he was playing simple tunes. The experience filled him with joy and a sense of accomplishment. Next, they moved on to art. Elian provided Tom with a canvas, brushes, and paints. "Express yourself freely," Elian encouraged. "Let your emotions guide your brush." Tom dipped the brush into the paint and began to create. At first, he was hesitant, unsure of what to paint. But as he let go of his inhibitions, vibrant colors and shapes flowed onto the canvas. He lost track of time, completely absorbed in the creative process. The finished painting was a vivid, abstract representation of Tom's inner world. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment, realizing that he had a talent for visual expression. Elian then handed Tom a journal. "Writing can be a powerful way to explore your thoughts and emotions. Try to write without overthinking, just let the words flow." Tom took the journal and began to write. He wrote about his experiences, his dreams, his fears, and his hopes. The words came easily, and Tom found that he had a knack for storytelling. The process was therapeutic, helping him to understand himself better and articulate his inner thoughts. Finally, Elian introduced Tom to a series of physical challenges, including yoga and martial arts. Tom discovered that he had a natural agility and strength. The physical activities not only enhanced his body awareness but also taught him discipline and focus. By the end of the day, Tom had uncovered several hidden talents: a gift for music, a flair for painting, a talent for writing, and a natural aptitude for physical activities. He felt a renewed sense of confidence and excitement about his abilities. "Elian, I never realized I had these talents," Tom said, amazed at his discoveries. Elian smiled. "We all have hidden talents, Tom. Sometimes, it just takes a little exploration and the willingness to step out of our comfort zones to find them." Tom embraced his newfound abilities with enthusiasm. He continued to play the flute, paint, write, and practice physical disciplines. Each talent brought a different kind of joy and fulfillment to his life, enriching his journey of self-discovery. He also realized that these talents were not just about personal enjoyment. They were tools for connecting with others, expressing himself, and contributing to the world around him. Music, art, writing, and physical activities became ways for Tom to share his inner world and connect with the people in his life. Tom's experience taught him the power of exploration and the importance of being open to new experiences. He understood that growth often comes from stepping into the unknown and trying new things. By embracing this mindset, he continued to discover more about himself and the world around him. With Elian's guidance, Tom realized that the journey of self-discovery is ongoing. There are always new talents to uncover, new abilities to develop, and new aspects of oneself to explore. This continuous journey of discovery made life an exciting and enriching adventure. As Tom and Elian walked back to their camp, Tom felt a profound sense of gratitude for the day's experiences. He looked forward to continuing his journey, knowing that with an open heart and a willingness to explore, there were endless possibilities waiting to be discovered. "Thank you, Elian," Tom said. "You've helped me see that there's so much more to myself than I ever realized." Elian nodded. "Remember, Tom, the journey of self-discovery is a lifelong dance. Keep exploring, keep discovering, and embrace every step of the way." With these words, Tom felt ready to face whatever the future held, confident in his abilities and excited about the endless possibilities that lay ahead. This is the end of the 4th part. Wait for the 5th and final part. I did not take too long. Thank you very much.